Yo, yo, yo. What's up with y'all peoples, man? Thanks everybody who has tapped in right now, who is checking out the live. Want to say thank you so much for joining in with us. Man, I got something special for y'all tonight. What's up, DMV? Man, it's your boy Doc. You are tapped into Everything DMV Radio. Tonight we got something special. We always bring you something special, but tonight we definitely got something special for you. We got an artist that's in the building. I'm sitting with James Artissen, Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, producer, audio engineer, and the CEO of Humble Records, man. We're spotlighting a new single that is coming out on December 5th. So you gotta tap in, you gotta pre-save, you gotta do all those things. So this is not gonna be a regular interview. We're going behind the scenes. We are going to talk to my guy, and we're gonna talk about everything that we got going on, the behind the record information, behind the business, behind the vibe. If you're watching live right now, do me a huge favor. I need you to hit the like button, drop a comment, and share this. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what we're doing right now. I need you to tap in with me, hit the like button, drop a comment, and share this. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Because if you're not, you're going to continue to miss out on this great stuff that we continue to bring to you. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Bach. I'm here. I'm now in the building with my man James. Hey, James, welcome to the show. What's happening, brother? How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. Can't complain.
Absolutely, man. Listen, you've been doing your thing for a while. For those who don't know you, man, can you just give them a quick little information about who you are, what you do, and what you got for them?
Man, I go by the name of James Artissen. I am a singer-songwriter, music producer, engineer. I own a record imprint called Humble Sound Records in conjunction with Sony Orchard from Queens, New York, man. So I've been doing music since a young age. Just always been a fan of the arts and just culture, man. And music happens to be one of those things under that umbrella. So it's been a great journey thus far.
Absolutely, man. So I see what you're doing, man. Grammy nominated is a different type of level. When that happened, what did that change for you in that moment?
Man, a lot changed, or a lot, I would say, enhanced what I was doing. It's always a blessing to, get recognized from the Recording Academy and, your peers and, all that good stuff. But really for me, it just helped me gain more motivation and more drive just to keep going bigger and bigger, you know what I'm saying? And just making things happen and just getting into better opportunities. That's really what it was. Just really a ladder for me to just continue to go to get out other opportunities.
Absolutely, nah, man. You definitely did that. What did that teach you about yourself when you realized that you reached that level?
Man, it taught me that it's possible. It taught me that, hey, whatever you could do it at the highest level and go even higher. You know what I'm saying? And always bet on yourself. You don't have to wait, for everything or everybody. You can really go out and just, get it out the mud and really, really make it happen. When all the things that I've done in my career thus far, I had no handouts. I had nobody holding my hand doing anything. I really, really had to go and grind and work and, figure it out. And, by the grace of God, I've been afforded, great accolades and opportunities. So, it's always it's trial and error, especially for me. I tell people it all the time. It's like, there's no one blueprint for nobody, it's always trial and error. So you got to figure out what works for you.
Absolutely, man. And that does take a lot, because you got to keep trying things, you know what I mean? And everything not going to be that one thing, for you, man. So with that said, what do people assume about that level, reaching that level, that's actually false?
That is easy. That is simple, or just because you might see somebody do something and it may have been a simpler way for them, that it might be the same for you. It most of the time it's not the same. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has their own journey and their own ways of doing things, and sometimes it's a little bit of luck, sometimes it's a little bit of relationships, and right place at the right time. Everybody falls into different spaces at different points in their life, and you might be able to adapt, or emulate what someone probably did before, but that doesn't mean that their way of doing it is going to be the same for you. You know what I mean? So you just got to figure out what's your lane, what's your niche, how are you going to get to the places that you're trying to get to. You know what I mean? But that takes time, that takes effort, that takes studying, that takes learning, and bumping your head a couple different times, to figure out what you got to do. And once you learn all those things, man, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it makes things a little bit easier, because now you're at a level playing field. Like, you're probably a step up than other people, because now you have the knowledge. So now you got to use that knowledge to your advantage.
Absolutely, man. You couldn't have said that any better, man. Absolutely, man. So let's get straight into it, man. Down for Whatever. What's the real story behind it?
Down for Whatever, man. That's the new single dropping December 5th. Shout out to my boy Big Bags out of North Carolina. Also, he's signed to the label 19 Music. Shout out to 19 Music. And basically, Down for Whatever is just one of those R&B street records, I call it. Real smooth, but still got that street element to it. Something new for him and something new for me, for both our audiences, and for our sound. So we just kind of came together and just wanted to do something new and fresh, and just kind of end the year off with a bang. So we coming into 2026, not only with that record, but we also working on a joint project too. So we're looking forward to dropping that first quarter. So yeah, just something cool for the not only for the ladies, but just for the casual listener that's a fan of hip hop and R&B and a little bit of the trap side too.
Absolutely, man. Nah, I like that mix right there. That's what I find myself listening to, man. When they first turn on this record, man, what is the first thing that you want them to feel with this one?
That bounce, just that energy, that feel, like, because most people know me for being more so R&B, soul, hip hop, just kind of that mixture, which most of the time I kind of call it progressive R&B now, which is pretty much a sense of like infusing a lot of different things into R&B.
Right, right.
Pop influence with it. It could be, dance influence with it, whatever it is, it's just influenced with R&B. But with this one, it's just a little bit different, because different style of production, different style of musicality with it that people more so haven't really heard me on. So, and vice versa for him. So, I just want people to just hear a different side of both artists, and we just build on that.
Absolutely. Nah, man. I've been looking at your catalog, man. I see that you keep things coming. I like what you got going on. What's that one line in this record that's going to have people texting somebody immediately?
You know what, man? That's a good question, because I haven't even really thought about that, to be honest with you. And you know why I say that? Because every time I release a record, I always let the audience kind of tell me what their favorite lines is, so I could figure out what is the standout line. Because I could probably do something, but I might be totally off.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
usually
definitely.
When the records come out and I kind of dissect, okay, this is what people like. They like this, they like that, and I kind of get it back. Then I'm like, okay, cool. We'll use that.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna get some reactions on it, and then I'll probably have that answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I know you was working with your man out of North Carolina. Let me ask you this, as a producer, engineer, also singer, songwriter, when you in there and y'all, crafting, putting things together, what's that one sound choice that you like to incorporate into your music and your records?
Man, that's broad, man, because I go between so many different genres and so many different ways of working with styles. So, with this one is more, heavy 808 driven. But if I'm going like, the house dance route or something like that, then that's more so like percussion and bass line driven. Or if I'm going, strictly um R&B soul, that might be strictly like piano pad and bass line driven too, so sometimes I don't really kind of go in with expectations when I'm creating. I just kind of go in and make something that I feel comfortable with, that feels good to me and comes from the heart, and that's what comes out.
Nah, man, hey, I love to hear that because sometimes you feel like people are stuck in like a certain lane, but that just shows your versatility, man, and shows that you got music for not just everybody, but all different types of styles of music, and that you can
Yeah,
make those adjustments in your
absolutely.
music career, man. So, hey, we love to hear that. We love to hear new things. We love to be on, new waves and things like that as well, man. So thanks for sharing that with us, man.
Absolutely.
Um, when listen to indie artists, what are, some of the mistakes that indie artists make when they're mixing or recording?
When they're mixing and recording, I think it all starts with the microphone, man. Like sometimes, and that's going into the real technical part, but like because I'm a real stickler of recording equipment, and especially your microphones, because every microphone is different, and every microphone may not work for a certain person's voice. So one may work for more of a deep tone, and it may not work for the high pitch, or vice versa. So you got to find that right microphone that has that right dynamic for your voice. And then once you find that, then your engineer has to know how to record you properly. And what I mean by record is making sure that there's no bleed in your vocals, making sure that you get the best takes, making sure that it's a clean take, because you don't want to be recording a song and then you hear stuff in the background going on while you're recording, and then you hear the playback, you're like, what the hell is that? So that's one piece of it, and then a good engineer that knows how to mix your vocals properly. So making sure that that vocal chain is going through the right EQ settings to make sure that your vocals shine in the mix.
Absolutely, man. And listen, y'all getting the free game right here. My man James Artissen is putting it down for y'all, man. Now, you came up in New York. You're a New York guy, man. Tell us how that shaped your music style. How your environment helped form the artist that you are today.
Man, coming from New York, man, it's like the ultimate inspiration, because there's so many things that go on up north, especially New York, in the sense of like the arts and entertainment. You know what I mean? Especially when I was coming up, it was very different from what it is now. And back then, people was outside. You would see any and everybody outside, and especially just different types of music around. Like I was just always around music. Not only just in the house, but just outside and just in the neighborhood and the vicinity. Like it was just everywhere. So that was like the first thing, was like just being exposed to different styles and genres of music. So that made me become a music lover. And my parents was always a music lover too, so that was like the added bonus. But just being there and just soaking up so much um inspiration with the arts, and not even just music, but just like I was always an art person, in the sense of like I love painting, I love drawing, I love going to record stores every weekend, and reading credits and buying albums and vinyls that I never heard just to see the dope album covers and read who did what. And, that was like the dopest thing to me, because not only was it fun, but I was just a curious kid growing up too. I was curious about how things were made and how things were done, and that kind of thing. So yeah, bro, it was a dope time.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, going into that, man. So you do collect vinyls, right?
Yeah, man, I would say probably in the last year I've become like a real purist. Like I've started collecting crazy amounts of vinyl, because to me vinyl is starting to make a comeback.
Yeah.
Even with cassettes and CDs, like I think people are just longing for that memorabilia, man, and just having stuff in their hand just to go back to the nostalgia. Like, I remember when this came out, and I remember when we did this, and we did that, when we heard this record and listened to this album, and this is
Yeah.
the feeling. So, and I was one of those people. And I'm like, you know what, man? Like, I need to go whoever I'm with and wherever I'm at, we need to find a vinyl shop or find some type of shop that got just vinyls, man. And whether they new or old, man, I gotta have it. And
Yeah.
kept growing and growing.
Yeah, no, I like that too, man. I recently, like over the last 3 years, got my hands on some vinyl. I haven't went out and bought one yet, but my grandmother in her basement, she passed, she had vinyls just everywhere, man. 45s and so I've been going through them, cleaning them. I bought me a record player. I've been playing them, just hearing that crackle and just hearing those tunes and all of those songs that some people will never get to hear of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my grandfather's on one of them, and it's just like just tapping into that era from before and just being able to still continue to catch that feel, I think is a good feel to really tap in and,
Yeah, that's super
and
dope,
connect
man.
with the music. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy too. I had I think a couple months ago I was in London, and there's tons of record stores in London, and I went to this specific record store, and I don't know, for some reason every other record store I went to I could not find a Tribe Called Quest vinyls. And I'm like, why can't I find these vinyls? So this one particular shop had a Tribe Called Quest, and I was looking for Midnight Marauders. And because a lot of people probably know that was the first album that I ever bought as a kid. That was the
Wow.
first album that I ever bought. And ironically, when I bought it, it was around the time when it first came out, because it came out the same day as Wu-Tang's 36 Chambers. Yeah, so that right there was dope. So I was trying to decide, like, okay, I'm gonna get Wu-Tang or I'm gonna get Tribe. And I was a huge Tribe fan. So I went to this store, man. They had Midnight Marauders. I was the happiest dude up in there, man. I'm like, yes, finally, I copy, man.
Alrighty, man. Hey, that's so dope too, though. But just to see the culture over there like that as well, and being able to make a purchase like that in London, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
fire, and talks to the reach that music really makes, you know what I'm saying, across the world, man.
Absolutely.
We did have one question from one of our guests. She wanted to know, are there any new projects coming with known mainstream artists that he can share?
Oh yeah, man. So right now I am working on some new music with Madonna. That's gonna be like super crazy. So shout
Wow.
out to her. Man, I'm working on new music with the R&B artist by the name of Dondria. She used to be with So Def. Got some stuff coming with her. In the midst of that, I'm actually working on my debut album that I got a couple major features with. Shout out to Lil Xan. Shout out to the Dungeon Family.
Woo.
So
Nice.
it's a lot going on, man.
Nice, man. Nice,
Yeah.
man. Hey, congrats on all that, man. That's super dope. Now we tapped in. We definitely can't wait to experience everything. For the December 5th drop, tell us how we can find it, how we can participate, how we can support the whole movement. What do you want everybody to do?
Yeah, man. So again, shout out to Big Bags. New single dropping, Down for Whatever, December 5th. It is up for pre-order right now on iTunes. So if you have iTunes, just search James Artissen, Down for Whatever. It'll pop right up. Get the pre-order. If you don't want to pre-order, you can get the day of it drops. It's all good. But just stay tuned for that, man. We also are going to be shooting a video for it really, really soon. So, we'll be posting about that on our socials. So you can follow me also at James Artissen, all social media. And you can also go to the website, www.jamesartissen.com.
Absolutely, man. And we got to let them know this before we go. My man is also culinary sufficient, man. Tell us about that, man. Tell us about that. What you be doing in the kitchen, bro?
Yeah, man. Well, I'm a guy that loves a good meal, loves a good dish. So I'm a big fan of Italian food. So I make a mean pasta. There's several different pastas. So I guess I would say my specialty is a salmon pasta. So most of the time when I'm making it, I'm making my own sauces from scratch. But the secret ingredient, it's not really a secret anymore, but the ingredient that kind of sets it off is I use teriyaki sauce in my Alfredo sauce. And not a whole lot, but just a little bit, just to kind of give that sweet taste to it. But also I mix it with a nice garlic ending to it. So once it's all done, it's incredible.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. We're gonna go out with one of these tracks of yours, man. Again, tell them one more time where they can follow you and what song you want me to drop for them right now so they can get a taste of James Artissen.
Yes, sir, man. All social media at James Artissen. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/James Artissen. And I would say, man, play that City Love, myself and Brian McKnight Jr.
All right.
That's one of the fan favorites right now.
Perfect. Y'all heard it right here, man. James Artissen, man. City Love, Brian McKnight Jr. We are in the building. This is Everything DMV Radio, man. Hey, thanks so much, James, for coming through. I really appreciate you, brother.
Much love, bro.
Y'all tapped in. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Bach. Everything DMV Radio.
When you're from the west side, where the best slide and the best ride, girl, you're so cool. Whoever must have been a fool if they lost you.
Y'all see what's going on, man. It's your boy Big Bach. Everything DMV Radio. Live. We are in the building. James Artissen, man. Go tap in with him. Follow him on all platforms. Free save, download. Y'all see what we doing, man. Straight out of NY, right here on Everything. Radio. You know what it is. Your boy Box. Have him.
Never seen you on the east side. When you're from the east side.